Hey Selfish Babe, it is your girl Olanike Osibowale, bring you back another Selfish Babe podcast episode. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about my first ever international retreat to Jamaica that is happening August 2026 for goddesses only and for women who are interested in the goddess path. I'm really excited to be sharing this with you guys today because this retreat has been something I think I have thought about for the last 3 to 4 years. It's something that has taken me some time to bring out to the world, and maybe I can kind of go through that because I've had some interesting emotional processing when it comes to even bringing this retreat out into the world. But I've been thinking about doing a retreat for women for years now, and I just had to kind of narrow down the location. At first, I thought I was going to do it in Costa Rica because there's this really great facility in Costa Rica that does really great retreats. But I said, no, it has to be in Jamaica. It has to be in my favorite place in the world. And if you guys didn't know, my favorite place in the world is Jamaica. I was born to Jamaican parents. I was born in the States in Florida, but both my mom and my father are Jamaican born. And ever since I was 18, I have made it a priority to go to Jamaica as often as possible. Especially last year in 2024, I went to Jamaica probably every other month. Like, I was a frequent visitor to Jamaica. And the more that I would go, the more that I would fall in love with it. Of course, there's pros and cons. But in terms of how my spirit felt in Jamaica, how happy I feel, how creative I feel, how the simplicity of life feels so rich to me, right? Being able to see fresh fruit grow on the trees, consistent sunshine, walking. I was walking with my cousin's grandma in the evening times, which was nice, being able to just buy food off the road and the food is good. Go to a party and you get hot soup by the end of the party and it's good soup. It's, it's flavorful, it's rich, it tastes good. Like stuff like that, boy, the joys of life. I think ever since I shut down my original first business, Goddess Detox, I have been able to see the riches of life outside of money. And been able to see and experience other things in my life apart from focusing on my business that contribute to my life. When I had my business, I was very much so business focused a lot, and it was a 7-figure company, very successful in that way, helped a lot of women, etc. Very grateful for that chapter in my life. And since that has been closed and I reopened as Evolving Butterfly, it is definitely not the same business. It's not at the same speed. It's not the same effort. It's not even at the same level of success that Goddess Detox was in that way. And that's something I've had to kind of sit with and be okay with, and actually am okay with, because I'm like, I am not the same person I was 5 years ago in terms of like my capacity. There was a time when I was in my 20s, I was very much so hustle focused, do. When's the next project? Let's do it. And now I'm 33 and I just do not have that same hustle. I do want to still build things and have businesses and products for people, but it's just not going to be in that same capacity, that same way that I was working. So being able to visit Jamaica during my, I guess you could call it downtime, where I just said I want to just be a goddess and frolic around the world, has been really beautiful and nourishing for me. Being able to visit my aunt down there has been beautiful for me as well. And just being able to exist and feel love for love and not have to do much to get love. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense to some of you guys, but it was okay for me to just be me and receive love in different ways. And I really enjoyed that. And so I am now introducing to you guys my Goddess Renewal Retreat in Jamaica. And I am affirming that as you listen to this podcast episode and me talk about my retreat, that it resonates to the goddesses who are supposed to come to my retreat. This retreat is definitely going to be an initiation for the women who decide to come. That is something I had sat with probably a few days ago, that I received in meditation. This is an initiation for some women that decide to come, for all the women that decide to come onto your path, deeper into your path. And it's an initiation for me, right? It is now me stepping into my priestess path and, helping other women along the journey through things that I've learned over time. And I'm really excited about that. It's something that is coming from my heart, that I want other people to enjoy, very much so. And as I talk about it, my eyes get a little watery because I think it's been a while since I have had something come from my heart that I'm ready to show to the world. There was an experience I had during my cycle. When you have your cycle, you can get very emotional. At least I can. And what I've realized is, obviously, my menstrual cycle tells me some things that I need to work on and or put focus on. And one of those things was this. Me even introducing the retreat and putting a video out about the retreat was me stepping out of my shell, was me putting my heart on display again. And I think that when I ended and closed Goddess Detox, that was a really big heartbreak of mine that I really didn't realize was such a huge heartbreak. As much as I was burnt out and tired of all the things and the responsibilities, it wasn't ever something that I thought that I would close. If I'm being very honest, I did not think that I would ever close my first business. And so when that time came, and there was a bunch of things in my life that changed at that time, it was a very traumatic experience for me. So I haven't really had anything that has been on my heart that I've been really wanting to put out there like that. Goddess Detox was a big part of that. I had that company for almost 10 years. That's like a lot of my 20s. And so, now 33 and now bringing the Goddess Renewal Retreat, this is something that is from my heart. It is a idea that I've been wanting to do for so long. And I've been getting clarity. Even when I was doing the video to promote the retreat, and you guys can see that at Selfish Babes or at Olenike Osibowale or on the website selfishbabe.com, because I'm probably going to add it there. I had to pick so many different videos of me in Jamaica in 2024, of the spiritual baths that I've taken, because I really wanted to give you all an idea of what this retreat is going to be. And I said to myself, wow, I've been preparing for this retreat for a while now. And even just my quick visits to Jamaica or long visits, sometimes I would stay 30 days or more at a time, they were all preparing me for this retreat, getting the footage, having my experiences, using some of the herbs, talking to the people, right? Because some of the people I'll be using is based in Jamaica. Some of the healers I want to use are based in Jamaica, and I've had to go to them, experience them, talk to them, and see how I feel, to be like, okay, I want them to be a part of my retreat. And so as I made my review video, I was like, wow, I have been preparing for this. So my retreat is something that is special to me. It is a part of my heart space that I'm putting on display. And it wasn't till a few days ago that I realized how much fear around me putting something on my heart out for the world to see, how afraid I was. I had realized I was so scared and very fearful. And I cried about that because I did not know that I was holding on to that fear for so long, since the close of my business. Because I haven't had anything that's really been on my heart that I'm like, here you go, world. I want this to do well. You know what I mean? And so as I put up the video and I sat with myself during my cycle, I really had to cry that out. And I said, wow, I didn't know I was afraid. And the best example I've been giving people, it's like a pop star that was super popular and they did so well in their career, and then something happened and they had to step away from the stage, and they had some hardship for some time after that, and people have been wondering, oh, when is so and so coming back? They've been trying to get that person back up on stage, but that person, because of the trauma and how their career ended in a way, they're like, no, I'm not going back up there. But then slowly something happens, they decide to come back on stage, probably in a new way, a new fashion, use all of their life experience to now be the person they are, and they do good, you know. But it takes time. It takes them pushing forward. It takes them moving through whatever mental gymnastics they have to move through to actually do that. And that's what I mean by, I have been thinking about doing this retreat for at least 3 to 4 fucking years, and you're just now getting it. You know what I'm trying to say? And I had made a video some time ago where I was like, if somebody puts something out, congratulate them, because you honestly don't know how long they've been sitting on that. The ideas that you see people put out, some people can move faster where they have the idea. And sometimes I did this. I have the idea, boom, the next day we're working on it, we're putting it out. And then sometimes people just have ideas that they sit on for years and never put out, or they sit on for years and finally put out. So anytime you see somebody bring something out, congratulate them, say congratulations, good job, because you don't know what that person went through on a mental and a spiritual level to now show the world, hey, you know, especially something that's near and dear to their heart. So I was really crying about that, about the fear that I had just around me doing this and pushing through. And every post I make about this retreat, even me talking about it on this podcast, is me putting forth a step-by-step effort. We're doing this. We are doing this. This retreat is happening. We are doing this. You know what I'm trying to say? And so I'm really proud of myself for taking it step by step, for actually putting it out there, for really thinking about the vision that I have for this, and for the women that are trusting me to come to this retreat. And very, very excited to just show you Jamaica. I love Jamaica so much, and there's so much nourishment that Jamaica has given me, and I want to show whoever comes Jamaica outside of the resorts, outside of hotels and resorts. I want you to get the healing of Jamaica. I want you to get the sensuality of Jamaica. I want you to get the beauty, the creativity. I want you to just feel it. You will feel very free when you come here. You will realize it by the time you go back to wherever you're coming from, how free it feels to be outside the U.S. if you're coming from the U.S. And so I'm just really excited, y'all. I'm going to also tell you guys a little story, and I think I told this story in a prior podcast, but I'm not sure. But when I went to Costa Rica again in April 2025, and I had taken a San Pedro, I had an interaction with one of the retreat hosts and one of the retreat guests that was really beautiful. And the epiphany that I got is that I help goddesses. Basically, I help goddesses on their path, or women who are interested in the goddess path along their path. So if that looks like giving you spiritual tips for your spiritual hygiene, connecting to your ancestors, connecting to your womb space, doing the mirror work, whatever processes I have done to become the goddess that I am today, and that still work for me, is what I share to the world to help other goddesses with their own process. And so that was an epiphany that I got at the retreat, and I said, oh shit, I help the goddesses, and especially the younger goddesses as well. And I'm very grateful to have that type of responsibility. And it wasn't a responsibility that felt heavy. Like with my business, there was a certain type of responsibility that felt very heavy. This doesn't feel heavy. I think it just feels like a natural part of my life, because it's just stuff that I do anyway. And it's just sharing that with other women out there. So I got that epiphany, but I think it's been like cementing in my spirit that is what I do, and I sometimes have to remind myself about that. And so this retreat is also an example of that, the Goddess Renewal Retreat. I decided to call this the Goddess Renewal Retreat because I want the goddesses that come to feel renewed. Sometimes on the goddess path, you can feel exhausted. You can feel like you're not appreciated. You can feel like people don't understand how special you are. And I want you to renew yourself. I want you to leave my retreat feeling like you that fucking goddess, feeling like I'm beautiful, I'm special, feeling renewed, being renewed by the land, being renewed by the herbs, being renewed by the activities that we do. And for me, I have found that when I go out in nature, in the rivers and the ocean, and cleanse and talk to the spirits out there, give the offerings, pray, you know, I just feel so good. I feel so good. I know that Goddess is real, the creator is real. And I'm not in here alone. Like, I'm weaving a path together. Like, the world really does want me to succeed. The universe wants me to succeed. God wants me to succeed. Like, that's how I feel when I'm out in nature. And I want those that come to get that feeling. You know, I want you to be like, okay, this has really helped me continue my journey in whatever I'm here to do, right? On my goddess path. Being able to feel comfortable in your skin, being able to grow in your confidence if that's something that you're working on, being able to be served. That's something I definitely am planning to have at my retreat. Sorry, that's my dryer. Something I'm planning to have at my retreat is where you get that feeling of, I have been served. I am worthy of service. I don't have to do it all. There are people that want to wait on me hand and foot, and we love that. And I want you guys to have a joyful time. So I am going to go through the itinerary from my phone. I'm going to look at my phone just to kind of go through the itinerary with you and kind of, go by step what we're planning to do. And you can always look at my itinerary and find out more information at selfishbabe.com. I'll also have the link below. Okay, so my Goddess Renewal Retreat is going to be August 2nd to August 10th, 2026. And I am calling in 15 goddesses to join me in Jamaica. Currently, the location is St. Mary / Ocho Rios. It's going to be in one of those locations, either Ocho Rios or St. Mary. It's pretty central to the things that we got to get to, because I wanted to be able to go to multiple places around the island. And so this is a sensual, spiritual, and joyful retreat. Sensual because I'm going to be bringing the sensuality, okay? I want my goddesses to tap into their divine feminine energy, their sensual energy, their sexual energy. I am going to be asking you guys to bring your lingerie, because we're going to be doing my mirror work workshop where I just help you tap more into that through the dancing of compa, through mirror work, through saying our affirmations, through the dance, etc. And whatever may come up during that time. But I want you guys to be looking in the mirror. I want you guys to be dancing. I want you guys to feel sexy. It's women only, so you should be okay. And I want to do this outside. I really want to do this in front of the ocean, so we'll see how we can get that set up. But it's a sensual retreat too. I want y'all to feel sexy. I want you guys to know that you are sexy. So that's part of the retreat. Spiritual, because there will be multiple spiritual baths involved, as well as offerings. There's going to be an offering at the ocean and an offering at the river. There's going to be a bath at the ocean and a bath at the river, one for cleansing, one for attracting. And then also I want you guys to be connecting with your ancestors. So on that first night, we're going to have like a little ancestor veneration ceremony. I really want to have a misa. I don't know if you guys know what a misa is, and if you don't, it's okay. But I've been to a lot of misas here in Atlanta, especially with my godmother. And basically it's when you wear all white, you sit in a circle, and you have two mediums on the side of a table. These people are gifted spiritually, where they can channel everybody's spirits and ancestors that come through and give a message, okay? Something that you need to know. And so everybody will have the opportunity to receive a message from their peoples. So I think it's really beautiful, me being able to sit in misas and just seeing how they work and hear directly from spirit, like what are some of the things that they want me to do, what they're happy with me doing, has been really pivotal in my own spiritual journey. And so I wanted to really incorporate ancestor veneration, especially of your female ancestors, within my retreat. Because as a goddess, being able to have the support of your ancestors is really, really important. I think it helps you to know that you're not alone, and whatever work you're here to do, you want to have that spiritual support. So being able to acknowledge your ancestors and provide some offerings and start getting into that relationship with them, if you don't have a relationship already, will be something I want you guys to get from my Goddess Renewal Retreat. It's going to be amazing. I'm really excited about this portion because I haven't really seen this offered at anybody's retreat before. At least I don't think so. Not that I have seen, not saying that has never been done, but I'm really excited about that. And then now kind of want to go through the actual itinerary. There it is. All right, so also I want to put a little thing. So this is going to be during Jamaica's Independence Weekend. So I've always wanted to go to Jamaica during Independence, and I never go. And because it's going to be so much fun, there's going to be so many parties. And so August 6th is like the Jamaica's Independence Day. And then I think there's Emancipation Day on the 5th too. But all that weekend is going to be a bunch of parties, and we're going to be in the party location, which is Ocho Rios. So I will make sure that as a part of our retreat, we will be going out and having fun as well. I didn't say this part, but joyful. This is a very joyful retreat. This is not one of those we're going to sit in a circle and boohoo cry retreats. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just know the work that I do with women has a lot to do with joy and happiness and pleasure. That's what I want to talk about. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to get into shedding of tears and cleansing, because we are. Those first 2 days are really about that. That first day, day 1, is the ancestor veneration ceremony. Day 2 is going to be the spiritual bath for cleansing at the ocean, and also the womb healing ceremony. I'm not really sure what we're doing for that yet. I want to have a womb Reiki teacher to come. If she's able to make it, we can do that. If I'm able to find somebody else, we can do that. If not, we're going to be doing something else involving the cleansing of the womb space. We may be crying on that day because it's cleansing day, and that's totally okay. I put it within the first 2 days because I want us to get through our tears. So the rest of the time, we having a good ass time. We're going to release. We're going to connect. We're going to be vulnerable. And the rest of the time, it's going to be a good freaking time. Okay. Anyways, I want to put that out there. So day 1 is the arrivals and welcoming ceremony, as well as a cacao ceremony and ancestor veneration ceremony / misa. So we will be taking part in the cacao ceremony, which is just sacred chocolate that's going to be prayed over with intentions. It is a really good heart opener for your heart. And then we're going to get into the ancestor veneration ceremony, as well as the misa, which is going to be really good. You will either have some time probably to go to the store to kind of get some offerings from a Jamaican grocery, or I may have some stuff available that people can pick and give. But I kind of want to give you guys an opportunity to go to the store as well. And that's going to be really, really good. We're going to leave those offerings up for the whole time that you guys are in Jamaica, and then at some point give it back to the ocean or to the river. Or to a tree. You may do that too, because I like to give some of my offerings to trees. Day 2 is going to be the herbal spiritual cleansing bath at the ocean and offerings at the ocean. So you guys are going to be washed down with an herbal spiritual bath with herbs that are going to be used for cleansing, clearing, and healing, right? So that may be soursop leaves and cerasee, just to give an example. Those are native to Jamaica. We want to be using plants that are native to Jamaica. We're going to be making the bath. I may give you guys the opportunity to also make your own bath, as well as the bath that we will have already prayed over too. So you guys can also pray over your bath. And I want you to go in the ocean. And I'm going to have my godmom and myself, or my godmom and my godsister, wash you guys down with these herbs with the bath, okay? To let go of negativity, let go of stagnant energy from other people, evil eye, jealousy, whatever. Anything that is holding you back, this bath is going to break you away from that, so you can move forward. And of course, you have the natural ocean in Jamaica. When you go to different parts of land in different places, every land has their own vibration and what it brings, right? So the ocean in New York City, even though the ocean is the ocean, it's going to be different than the ocean in Jamaica, just because of the climate and the location. And I think the word I want to use is spiritual resonance. And I don't know if that's a real word, but like whatever the vibration of the land is, Jamaica is a very powerful land. Like I told you, I feel very rich and nourished there. So you being able to be in the Jamaican Ocean getting your spiritual bath is going to be very powerful, versus you going to the New York beach. Again, no problem, but it's going to be 10 times more powerful. So you're going to do that. And then later on that evening, I want us to have the womb healing ceremony. Either I'm going to be bringing somebody to do some energy clearing within your womb space, or I'll be doing another service. But that's going to be the time for us to be vulnerable, to share, to cry, etc., and move that through us so we can enjoy the rest of our joyful retreat, okay? Day 3, I'm going to be bringing my girl Tasia to be leading us through a flower and herbal steam chalice ceremony. I had invited Tasia to my podcast when I was in Jamaica last year, and she taught me how to use the steam chalice. And basically, you can use different herbs and plants like rose, mugwort, damiana, and even mama cannabis. Because I love Jamaica, I also work with mama cannabis in a very intentional way. For those that want to indulge in that mama cannabis, they can. For those that don't have to. You can have an herbal blend that doesn't include any mama cannabis at all, right? And then we smoke the chalice. We set our intention. She's gonna help you guys, facilitate you guys doing this. There's a lot of breath work in it. It's very intentional. And then also, I want everybody to bring a checked bag to Jamaica. Please do not just bring a carry-on, because I want everybody to have their own steam chalice to bring back to America. So you can use whatever herbs in your future to sit and meditate with whatever herbs in that way. Basically, it's a process of steaming the herbs and not burning the herbs. When you use a lighter, you're burning the herbs, and when you steam the herbs, you're able to get so much more from it, not just in the feeling of the herb, but what it brings you, what spirit is bringing you. And I know she has had some very powerful ceremonies where they did not even use mama cannabis, and they've had some healing breakthroughs and some channeled messages come through just from this ceremony. But it's going to be beautiful. I'm really excited about it. And then later on that evening or day, I want to have my sensual mirror dance workshop in lingerie. So this will be the time that you're going to be wearing your lingerie, getting in front of that mirror. We're going to be dancing to the compa music and really winding our hips and our waist. We should feel very good because we already had our steamed chalice. Okay, now that is day 3. So day 4, this is a 9-day retreat by the way, guys. Day 4, we're going to be moving over from Ocho Rios to Portland, Jamaica, and probably checking in at GGM Hotel or another space in Portland. So this is a travel day. On this day, you guys will be able to visit, what's it called, Frenchman Cove Beach, and probably Boston Bay Jerk, and really experience like Jamaican food and Jamaican culture. French Cove Beach is really beautiful. It has the ocean, it has the river, and then Boston Bay is really known for great jerk chicken and jerk pork and breadfruit. Now, on my retreat, you will have food included. That's breakfast, lunch, dinner. That's also snacks. My retreat includes meat. I know there's a lot of retreats out here, and when you go to the retreat, they're like, oh no, only vegetarian. That's not me. That's not me over here. We will have real authentic Jamaican meals that have meat. Now, if you are plant-based or vegan or vegetarian, we can have separate meals prepared for you, which is totally okay. We're going to talk about that on the call, the booking call, so I know who that is. But we're going to have meat. Okay, guys? I'm just letting y'all know now. It is a retreat with meat. Okay? And so we'll be doing that, checking into GGM Hotel, going to the beach, and just kind of relaxing. It's kind of like a relaxed day because it is a travel day from Ochi to Portland, and that can be a drive. Now, the next day, day 5, I think day 5 is my favorite day, if I'm being honest. It's something that I think is going to be so beautiful. But we're going to be doing bamboo rafting in Portland. I have done this before, and I think Port Antonio River, the Rio Grande, is so beautiful. This is not your regular bamboo rafting where maybe they do it and they put the little, what's it called? The little clay on you. We can't have that, but that's not what I want to do. This one is longer. It's a longer bamboo raft. It's probably about a 2 to 3 hour rafting time. It's very beautiful. In the middle of the rafting, at some point you stop at a place and you have food with Miss Brenda. Miss Brenda usually cooks food right by the river as long as she knows ahead of time. And it's a real delicious, authentic Jamaican meal from a Jamaican woman, okay? The food that she be cooking is so good. So we're gonna stop, we're gonna have food. Then after that, we're going to prepare our baths for attraction, right? So we're going to have herbal baths for attraction that could include roses, that could include hibiscus, different herbs from Jamaica that's going to be for attraction. And then I'm going to have my godmother and god sister wash you guys down with this bath. You guys are going to provide offerings to the river as well. And you guys will be also be able to take part in making part of the bath too and praying over it. It's going to be extremely beautiful. I have the vision for this. I'm happy to do this. And I'm also really grateful to have my godmother be a part of this so that things are done the correct way. So that's what we're going to do. Then we're going to go home and rest because that's going to be a long day. Day 6, we're going to travel back to Ocho Rios and relax and then see Jamaica nightlife. So basically we'll be traveling back from Portland to Ochi. You guys will have time to relax, you know, and coming out at night is always optional. Anything that you do is optional, but of course I want you guys to take part because you guys are there. But we'll be going out on the Jamaican night scene. We're gonna have a party ready for you guys and we're gonna have a good ass time. Okay, day 7 is a free day to relax and do whatever you want, and at night or the afternoon we're gonna have a party. So I wanted to make sure that I had a free day available for you all, because maybe for some of you guys you have things you want to do in Jamaica. Maybe you have Jamaican ancestry. Maybe there's family you want to visit. Maybe you guys want to do more of the touristy things. Maybe you want to go to Dunn's River Fall or just other places. Where in Ochi, you're in the perfect place for touristy attractions. You guys can go ahead and do that. By that time, you guys have already known each other for at least 3 to 4 days. You guys can partner up and go out together. We can give you any taxi suggestions, driver suggestions, etc. So you guys can have a good fun day, free day in Jamaica. Now, on this day, there may be a party because I told you guys it's going to be Independence Day weekend. So it's going to be a lot of stuff going on. There may be a day party. At this time, of course, I'm going to do a head count and offer anybody that wants to go to the day party, hey, you want to go to this day party, let me know, get a head count, and we can do that. Now, nighttime, we will definitely be going out again. Okay, so there is another party. Again, very much so optional, but again, you want to experience Jamaican nightlife, you want to have a good ass time, that's day 7, night 7, okay? Now, day 8 is also going to be a nice relaxation day. It's going to be the day where you're treated like a goddess experience. So I'm going to have an experience set up for you guys where you guys are treated like goddesses. That can include massages, that can include different things, but you will be served and you will be treated like a goddess and know that you are a goddess. Later that evening, we're going to have our integration ceremony as well as our goodbye dinner by the ocean. So it's going to be a nice dinner by the ocean. And it's going to be very beautiful. I'm excited for the goodbye dinner. Everybody's going to get to share how their experience has been, what has transformed for them, etc. And I probably have a surprise at this dinner that I'm not going to share here. It's just going to be a surprise. And we say our goodbyes, you know. And then day 9 is check out and fly back home. And so you guys will pack up your bags, check out, and fly back home. Now, I'm probably going to stay in Jamaica a few more days after. You all are free to stay in Jamaica a few more days after. I don't know if I'm going to have the same accommodations, but if I do, you guys can chip in for that if you want to. But I just know that I probably will be in Jamaica a few days after just to decompress and relax. Now, let me see if there's anything else I was missing. No, I think that's everything. It's just going to be such an amazing time, guys. It's going to be an amazing time for you to connect with other goddesses around the world. It's going to be an amazing time for you to connect with your ancestors and possibly other spirit guides that walk with you. I'm so excited about the spiritual bath. Spiritual bathing has been a part of my goddess journey for a while. So I'm just so excited to be able to bring that to you guys, to have that be a part of the retreat for cleansing as well as for attracting. And then also just being in Jamaica, it's going to be so healing for you guys to just be out in nature, for you guys to be pampered, and for us to be around other beautiful women and just having a good time. So the total price of my retreat is $5,225. I do have payment plans available. You can use Affirm, Klarna are also available. And this is something that we can discuss on the call. And so in order for you to book a spot at my retreat, you're going to click the link and you're going to book a call with me through Calendly. You basically set up a time and appointment and we get on a Zoom call and we talk and I feel the vibes. I'm going to feel y'all vibes, y'all. I'm very selective with who gets to come to this retreat. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying it as this is a very sacred space and you can't just pay your money, sign up and come. That's not the type of retreat I'm running. You can't just pay your money, sign up and come. I have to talk to you. I have to talk to you. I have to feel your energy. I have to get to know you. Get to know me. Because if my vibes don't match for you, I get that too. You know, we should all be able to like feel each other out and see, is this for me? So of course on the call, we're going to go through the retreat, why you want to come to the retreat, how long have you been on your spiritual journey? If you have been on a spiritual journey, if you haven't, it's totally okay. What you're looking forward to on this retreat, whether or not you eat meat, and just different questions that come up to me at the time when I'm talking with you. And then if I'm like, okay, it's a vibe, I'll let you know, and then I'll give you the link to be able to book. If you book probably within the next month, this podcast is releasing in September. If you book before the end of September, you're going to get a discount of almost $1,000 off. So my retreat is $5,225. If you book before the end of September, I'm gonna do $4,444. And so we can talk about that on a call, and we can do different payment plans, right? So I like Affirm and Klarna because they have 12-month, 18-month payment plans, which make it really affordable, where you could probably pay like $200 a month, So anyways, that is how you book the retreat. And I'm really excited, guys. This is something, like I told you guys, has been on my mind for the past 3 to 4 years. It's going to be phenomenal. And it's really for the goddesses. If you are a woman out there who considers herself to be a goddess, this retreat is for you. If you're a woman out there who's on her spiritual journey, tapping into your divine feminine energy, love shit like taking spiritual baths outside, making spiritual baths outside, doing some sensual dance work, getting some spiritual work done, and having fun in Jamaica and meeting other beautiful women, this retreat is for you. And if you want to have a good time, this retreat is for you. So you can find out more information about my retreat and book a call at selfishbabe.com. selfishbabe.com. I also have the link below. And I'm just so excited, guys. I'm ready. August 2026. And somebody had told me that it's also during the Lionsgate portal. I don't know if you guys know about the Lionsgate portal, but it's a special time in the universe in August, okay, 888, I think, 88, that's what it is, 88, August 8th, where it's just a special time in the universe where people are like, your prayers go the extra mile, so we will be in Jamaica during that time as well. And I think it's actually really special that we're going to be in Jamaica during Jamaica's independence, because I was originally going to have this retreat in May of 2026, and I was like, no, we're going to have it in August. And it wasn't until after I chose the dates that I realized that I chose dates with Jamaica's independence. So I think this is something that's very special. Even the dates are aligning. It's very, very, very special. And originally I wanted to just have 11 women, but then no, I got the inkling like, no, it's going to be 15 women. So I'm excited for you all. If this is for you, if it's for you, you feel it in your spirit. But yeah, y'all, that was really it. I just wanted to kind of go through my retreat with you guys, give you an idea of what to expect, and just calling the goddesses that is for. So thank you guys for listening to this episode. XOXO Selfish Babe. Peace. Bye.